have a laptop in front of you, don't you?
No.
Yeah, now that you got the fucking pimp ass work.
I don't have it open, man. It's on my kitchen table.
Jesus, you
Pimp
goddamn
ass work laptop,
brontosaurus.
bro.
I
Good
got
shit.
the app for it last week. Shut the fuck up.
Brontosaurus.
I'll do it. Damn
God
bitch
damn
ass
it.
motherfuckers.
Never
Whiny
heard
ass
Look, man,
fuck.
don't start, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Oh,
probably
fuck it.
been like since third
Shit.
grade I've heard somebody insult somebody by calling them a brontosaurus.
I didn't
Dude,
even
apparently
that's what he
the-
called
Ashtray
me?
coming back with the classics.
Sick burn.
That's
Dude, in
what he
first
called
grade,
me, a
the
brontosaurus?
yeah,
Yeah,
they call you brontosaurus.
I
Yeah.
said, get off your ass and go get it, you brontosaurus. Or
fuck?
something like
Yeah.
that.
Makes no sense.
I know. That's why it's beautiful.
Oh,
All right, me and Ashtray are doing shots. So
All right, we're doing it.
That's right.
You guys kicking
Up
it
live?
off with a
Yeah,
we're
let me pour my
live.
shot.
You're doing an opening shot. Here we go. What are you
Opening
guys
Party
drinking?
shot. Oh, wait, no, it's not a party shot. Oh,
So
I'm
but-
drinking
Ashtray,
I'm drinking Pinnacle vodka.
Pinnacle vodka. Teddy's drinking. Ashtray, what are you drinking?
Slain Irish whiskey.
All right.
He's
That
manlier
looks-
than me. Fuck
yeah,
you.
that looks pretty serious. That looks like what the hardcore
Yes.
bartender keeps
It's serious.
for himself.
They make the the
Yeah.
bottle is black, so you can't see what it looks like. That's how serious it is. It's probably flies in the bottle.
All right.
Cheers,
Teddy already
buddy.
drank his.
Oh, you already did? Well, shit.
Yeah, Teddy don't take shots with people.
don't-
He just does it.
Yeah, he's not like that's not how you do it in
Is his
Wisconsin.
camera fucked up for anybody else?
No, it looks fine to me. Still
Oh.
black.
Yeah, it looks fine to me. All right, so we're talking good deeds tonight in the wake of all of this corona madness, all of the negative news. I thought it would be a good time to reflect on good deeds.
Heck
So we
yeah.
have our somehow not homeless Ashtray. He's holding it together. He's
Yeah, I
doing,
haven't died of alcoholism yet.
right. He's already surpassed our expectations. We thought there would be a chance for him, but he's
Yeah.
still hanging in there. He's adapting.
He's the miracle kid.
Heck yeah, I got to see my silver investment pay off someday.
Just,
Or-
just
or-
leave that to my kid or something, or your nephews. You'll be fun.
We got Teddy, who's bored as shit. He's going fucking crazy. How you hanging in there, Teddy?
I am actually doing me. I didn't get out of bed till like 3:00 this afternoon. But
He is also adapting to
dude,
our...
I mean, I got my new little vaporizer bowl. I found my vaporizer bowl, and then they got like fucking all these Law and Order fucking marathons. I love Law and Order. Watch this. Yeah, hey, fuck it.
Are they still making Law and Order?
No, they're not making it. No, I'm trying to. I think it's like 400 some episodes. I've seen like 300
Jesus
something. So
Christ. Holy fucking shit.
I think they made it. They're still making it, aren't they?
they still do Special Victims Unit, but I can't watch that shit. I mean,
Oh.
it's all it is about.
Is
all
that
it
with
about
Ice-T?
raping- Yeah, that show is all about like.
I
rape
wouldn't
cases and
watch
shit,
that anyway.
And I can't do that, man. Like, yeah, it's
I
always
mean,
kids
really?
getting kidnapped or raped or fucking women getting kidnapped or raped. And That's the
Content
whole
be
show.
Damned. It's got Ice-T in it. Give me a fucking break.
And then we have Mystic, the working man. He's got a new laptop or a new fucking MacBook. How's that treating you?
Well, I guess, cause
Yeah.
pretty decent because I didn't pay for it. So.
Would you rather have a PC or a Mac for the thing that you do, video editing?
For what I do, Mac.
Yeah. Okay. And why is
It's
that?
way more integrated.
Yeah.
Whereas Adobe, I don't know about now. Maybe Adobe is a little different,
Mm-hmm.
where their software plays really well together. But Mac's software I can fire up Motion and Final Cut and like switch between them, and they just update each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I could do a motion graphic. I don't have to save it. I just
you're doing that,
export it into Final Cut. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta let me know, man.
So,
All right. So
anyway,
Teddy
it's
and
nice.
Ashtray doing another shot
You gotta let me know, buddy.
to
Cheers,
commemorate the beginning of the show. There we go. All right, let's talk about these good deeds. Man, you guys are going to be drunk, or at least Teddy's going to be drunk by the end of this.
Hey, does
I
it
don't know about
matter?
Ashtray.
if these deeds are done, like what price they're done at? Do
They
have
got to be done dirt
cheap?
cheap.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so
Sorry. Bad dad joke.
Lego. Let's talk about some good deeds. So you look at the frickin' news, national news, world news. Terrible. Terrible.
News.
Like, I mean, I get it that there's a crisis going on, but
Ashtray, you talking?
it is hard pressed to find.
Oh, there you
My mute button.
It's hard pressed to find good news
Yeah.
or positive
CNN
news.
CNN has a tracker that I check every day to see how many people have died.
Yeah,
They have
I mean,
this
it's
little
just
square
like,
up in the bottom. It is
Oh,
not
yeah.
moved.
Every
Every day I flick to it. I flick to it at least once. See, okay, up to 22,000. Cool.
Right.
Click and switch back.
and
I mean, it's
that's the thing. And I was there's this guy. I can't remember his name. It's like Frank something. He's like this huge gym guy, and he does these like funny like rant things. You guys might have seen it. I posted on the Red Eye Report. It's just this huge rip guy where he's fucking
I've
telling
seen
people.
him. Yeah.
And it's definitely satire, but he had a good point where he's just like, you know what? You're posting all these death counts and stuff. Why is it so hard for me to find how many people have recovered from the coronavirus?
Because he doesn't know where to fucking look. It's easy. It's at the John Hopkins website
Dude.
resource. They got all that right there.
Okay, on that site, look on the New
Yeah.
York Times.
Think
Where-
about what you just said. The Johns Hopkins.
Right.
How many people even know what
Exactly.
that
What
fucking
John- what-
hospital?
yeah,
Well, I'm sorry, but a lot of the experts I was listening to, especially early on, they
Yeah,
were
but
using them
Ashtray,
as
you're
most
not
active.
the average
You're not
fucking
the average
person.
person.
Is what
All right,
he's
so-
saying.
Fine, you're
okay,
right.
so I'm going to go to
not
CNN.com.
Yeah.
Let's see how this pans out for us. I'm going to go to
Right.
CNN. I'm going to go to
There you
New
go,
York
yeah.
Times. I'm going to go to where else should I go?
Oh, what's another big one? MSNBC, Fox. Just go to
Okay.
Fox.
News.
MSNBC.
Fox News will say no deaths. Hoax.
Yeah, it's a fucking.
How many hoax deaths?
Okay, so New York Times.
Whoa,
Let's
what
go
the
ahead
hell
and
was
fire it up. All right, so let's capture
Let me
this.
see if Reuters has.
All right, U.S. cases, coronavirus.
I'll tell you right now how many are in Wisconsin.
Okay, total cases 633,267, deaths 28,278. I don't see anything about people that have recovered. All right, that's the New York Times.
You got to go to John Hopkins, bro.
Let's go to CNN.com.
Yeah, they're not gonna have it. I mean, all of this news is keeping people like, hey, this is serious. Like stay away from each other.
Attention.
They're right. I mean, it's not news if it's just entertaining. It has
Reuters
to, it has to be
total
entertaining news.
cases and deaths. We're at
Right.
30,000 now.
Right. I mean, if
All
you
right,
don't.
CNN, total numbers infected 2.5 million people and killed at least 134,000 worldwide. U.S. has reported 636,000 cases, including 28,000 deaths. I don't see anything about people recovering.
Fox News is the
MSNBC.
same.
Well, I mean,
Just
you could
death.
probably
Yeah,
just
these-
subtract
these-
the deaths from cases, I guess, and
You know,
give
but
you an idea.
Well, the thing is, there's some are still considered active cases. And,
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
like you got to go 14 days
okay.
post.
I get his point, though.
recovery.
It's not even just about that, but like, give me some other news. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Why is it so hard to find
Right.
that information?
other
Why?
happy things.
Because how
'Cause
many?
you're not
because
accurate.
people, the worried people want to know how many cases there are, how many people have died, and because they know they're next, but they got their toilet paper and they got their fucking 25 pounds of hamburger meat in the freezer. It's a
Right.
lot of people actually are scared. I mean, they're people. I mean, it's the CDC did say that it's a voluntary advisory for people to wear masks. I've seen some crazy shit out here. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
I go to the grocery store without a mask. And I do my best to maintain distance. I don't, and I wash my hands when I get back in the house here before I touch my son or anything. I usually take a shower actually when I get back. But there's a lot of people out there with fucking, like I said, I've seen people with shower caps on their heads and a mask on, and I'm like with gloves and shit. They're people. A lot of people are scared, and
Oh
they
yeah.
are.
Well,
I mean,
and
there's a lot of people
I
scared,
mean,
and the news is banking off of this.
exactly, they're
They're
banking
Yeah.
off of
Yeah,
it.
we are.
They're absolutely banking off of it.
Well, yeah,
Um,
no, you got nothing else to do but sit home and worry.
Exactly.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
right
there's too
now
much-
is when the news makes their money.
Yeah.
To be honest
Right.
with you, these
Right.
are
Mystic has to
high
make that
traffic times.
Right.
Well, there's a reason they still have all of us at the station. They haven't laid anybody off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like advertising's probably more because the eyes are fucking. There's
Yeah,
more
because
people
advertising's
watching.
based upon your viewership, essentially. right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like the more viewers you have, the more you get paid by
You
the
can
Even Trump-
charge.
or you
Yeah.
can charge.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even Trump bragged about everybody watching the thing. I'm like, that's because everybody's
Oh,
at
he's
home.
so-
You fucking moron. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So I think it can be helpful to just kind of take a look at some of the positive news that are out there, some of the positive headlines, and if you look around, there are though they exist, they're not the front page, but positive things have been happening. So I just grabbed some of the headlines locally. Or not locally, but just ones that caught my eye. One was these manufacturing plants retooling around the world. For instance, Lego Factory is now producing protective masks. And I've heard about different manufacturing plants around the area. They're kind of changing. They've been able to change their operations, and they're able to produce this stuff. Some of them are donating some of these materials as well. Have you guys heard of any different plants and things
Well,
around you
Lego
that were-
masks. Who's going to be able to wear that?
Well,
I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding.
Coronaviruses have to be
Miller-
at least one peg
Miller is
big.
actually making something. What the fuck? They were changing. I forgot what it was. They were making something for it was some personal protective. I don't think it was masks.
mhm.
I think it was like gowns or something like that.
Hmm.
They've like moved part of their assembly line to do that.
There are some small distillers here in Madison that are making basically
Hand
like a high
sanitizer.
concentration alcohol to be used as
Yeah.
a hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
And a little
I
for the
think that
doctor.
shit's cool when I see
It
it.
is.
You know,
Yeah.
it's badass, and
That's
I've been
and
seeing,
in my opinion, I just want to say something. That right there is what America is supposed to
All
fucking
about.
absolutely, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like that's in times of crisis and times of need, we all fucking. If I had the capabilities to do something like that, I would in a heartbeat.
right, right.
You know, like
I know around here, my girl does sewing and shit. She her mother works at the hospital up here. The Joann's and things like that, and Michael's are giving away free materials for people that want to make masks. My girl, she brought a sew. She's been quarantined here with me and my son.
Mm-hmm.
And so she brought a sewing machine over and stuff. She's made I think she's made like 20 masks. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
and she's
been
gonna give 'em to
seeing
her-
that.
give 'em to her
around.
I helped
mother.
my
Check out,
friend
she works at
cut
the
these
hospital,
out.
so-
Probably freaking like 100 of these pieces. She's doing all the sewing or whatever, but she paid me in drugs.
Nice. Yeah, and that's cool. And I've been seeing like Ocean State Job Lot. That's another business. It's kind of like a retail chain around here. They're giving away fabric as well. And restaurants too. I've been seeing like they've been donating meals to like kids because kids don't have like free lunch.
Or some of them, the real fancy Latois down in the Capitol Square here.
Latois.
Yeah, they're like the, renowned award-winning chef or whatever is like basically just him and a few others are cooking meals for their entire staff because everybody's laid off. So like their staff gets to come and get meals from work. Which is nice.
That shit's awesome. I love seeing that stuff. That's really cool. Really encouraging to see it. And other people have been stepping up. Individuals have been stepping up. So this guy, I've been seeing some headlines about this 99-year-old World War II veteran who's raised $3.3 million for hospital workers in Britain.
Damn.
So he
He's a
started.
hustler. How do you
Wow.
get that much money?
I mean, yeah.
So what he's been doing is he's got a back garden, and he wanted to make 100 laps, walking 100 lengths by his 100th birthday on April 30th. And I think his granddaughter started a crowdfunding thing online, and at first it was £1,000, I think it was. Then they had to raise it to 100,000. Then 250,000, then 500,000.
So they're paying this old man to walk
Yeah.
around the perimeter of his backyard.
Yeah, and
dumbest
all
fucking
of that
thing I've
money is
ever
being donated to the NHS because he
I
said
mean,
he
it's nice
wanted.
the money's donated, but
Yeah, he wanted to
Oh, yeah.
raise. Yeah, what's this 100-year-old man going to do with the money? He said he wanted to raise the money for
Hookers and
the
blow.
NHS because he had just overcome like skin cancer and some other medical complications or whatever. And I mean, people are freaking flooding him with money. Other people too. Elderly people in New Orleans, Georgia, in Atlanta, I think one other city, because they have these hours where elderly people can go shopping at these grocery stores.
Yeah.
Everybody at these stores at like Kroger's and 44 Kroger locations, 29 Winn-Dixies, they all had the tab picked up for their groceries during that
Oh
hour.
wow.
And it was only leaked later on that Tyler Perry had actually bought the groceries.
Yeah, he
for all
bought
those
the
people.
groceries for all those people. Yeah.
You know, Medea made him so much fucking money. Like, it's amazing how much stuff he does, like advocacy
Right.
work. And that
Yeah.
entire studio he made for black producers and actors.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
the only reason why it got out is like a manager let it leak out. Like he wasn't trying to get the recognition.
He wasn't trying to get
or
the yeah, which
anything,
is which is cool actually. I mean, like he wasn't one of the guys out there with YouTube video. This is me like buying all these people groceries and shit. I mean, like, it's he was trying to be really sincere with it.
right. And then I mean, it's not
Or
just well, if you want to talk about big money too. Jack Dorsey, he's the guy that founded Twitter. He just pledged $1 billion for COVID-19 relief efforts. That's 28% of his net worth.
Damn.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
the first time. That's the first time a billionaire has put up $1 billion. I guarantee you that shit.
Right.
I
mean,
say,
we
like,
can-
Bill
we
Gates,
can look that shit
I don't
up.
know
That
who
is the
put
first
it.
time a
But
billionaire.
like,
has
think
put-
about that. Think about having enough money to say, I'm going to give away $1 billion,
$1 billion.
and still have
Countries can't
almost
do that.
Or
3
5 billion
billion.
Yeah.
It's-
Right.
yeah,
I mean, yeah.
28% is a little over. He had a little under 4 billion.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Right.
he's got
yeah.
what,
Right.
2.7 billion dollars.
There are
Right.
I
people
mean,
that
come
have
on,
10,
man. Yeah.
people that have
It's
10 and 20
ridiculous.
times his worth that have not given that much. I
Right.
mean, there's I mean,
Exactly.
it's I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
a meme on
Uh-oh, Teddy, we lost him.
Uh-oh.
billionaires
There we go.
and billionaire corporation. Am I back?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
It's
there
fine
you
with
are.
this shit.
You were insulting the billionaires there. They were trying to cut you
Well, yeah, I
out.
saw a meme on Facebook that said it's time for them to like help like everybody's worried about the economy. How about they use some of their billions to help fix the
Right.
economy that made them those
Yeah.
billions.
Yeah,
I mean, like, yeah,
actually-
ultra fucking rich people.
In the last week, how much they made?
Who?
Nine billionaires made $51 billion combined
Wow.
last week because of the bounce back of the stock market.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
like these people can absolutely afford.
Rich get
Right, I
richer,
mean-
bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, they can absolutely. I mean, if it's yeah.
Income inequality.
But I mean, in a situation like this, and Dorsey said, he's like, well, I want to see the change that happens during my lifetime. What's the point? And especially when you're that rich, what is
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking point?
What is the fucking point of like just hoarding all
I'd
that
give
money?
away $1 billion. If I had $4 billion,
Right.
fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I might
absolutely.
give away 2.
That'd be a
to be
decent
honest with
tax
you.
write-off.
I mean, come on.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
give a fuck
But
about that.
You
Like,
know,
if-
it's the
if I or
almost
my
all that
family-
charity stuff is done for the tax write-off.
I get
Okay,
it, but
yeah.
is my family going to spend $2 billion in their lifetimes? No, probably fucking not.
Rich
you
little
know,
shit.
so. And he owns Twitter. He's going to make more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
he's gonna make more, right? Exactly.
Yes,
yeah.
it is a tax write-off, but also it's $1 billion
Yeah, I mean,
being
Yeah,
donated.
you're right.
So it's just like,
$1 is a big fucking number.
you know, it's a big number. And if these other fucking rich assholes out there
Right.
started,
How about
pitching
Bill
in.
Gates gives it? Elon Musk gives a bill.
well, Bill,
I mean,
Bill
yeah, I
Gates
mean,
has
it's
donated a fucking shit ton of money.
Bezos could give 10,
Oh
20.
yeah,
They'll have
Except
fucking
Bill
85
Gates
to work
gonna
with.
get us.
Yeah. And
Oh, yeah.
he doesn't have any kids.
Who doesn't?
Jeff Bezos.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Elon Musk. Does he have any kids? I doubt
I
it.
don't think he. I don't
I
think
think
he
he's
No, I
been
don't
married
think
and
so.
divorced.
If he does, they're probably like orangutans or something. Like he probably adopted some fucking rare orangutan from Africa.
Yeah, right.
He's got them on like the
Listed it as
neural
his-
net. They're like
Right.
super fucking smart.
Yep.
It's
Well-
it's running one of the factories for Tesla
His
right
name's
now.
Right.
Bartholomew.
So
Ashtray shot.
it doesn't.
Good call.
All right, here we go. Nice. So it also though. So if somebody's a billionaire, it's a little bit less impressive. There's also people that aren't fucking billionaires.
Yeah,
This
they're-
one woman, she's 17-year-old. She's in
There's-
Tennessee. What did it say? Georgia, Tennessee, or some shit like that. Georgetown, Tennessee. She was working at a Fresh and Low supermarket. This old guy came up. She was checking him out. He was $33 short on his $173 bill. He was going to take it back. He's an old fucker. Everything that he had was
Old fucker.
essential. She's just like, you know what? I'll pay it. I'll pay it for you. I'll catch that $33 for you.
Right.
And this is a 17-year-old girl that I guarantee she doesn't have a lot of money working at this grocery store.
Expect. I've never even heard of Georgetown, Tennessee. That place has got to fucking suck.
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
She's
God
working at a
damn.
Piggly Wiggly or like a roach market.
Right. You know, and
Yeah.
just people stepping it up like that and helping out in those ways. Somebody that doesn't have the means, that it really is going to make an impact on their life when
Right.
they give that money away. You know, I think that's even more impressive when I see stuff like that. So that's
Okay, so
that's
So
good.
Georgetown, Tennessee is just north of Chattanooga. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes away from me.
Cool.
I know.
Now
What,
you know.
You want to go get some groceries or something? Why?
Hey,
you-
it's right by where I brought my
Go
first
down there and
motorcycle.
kick that old man in the
in
balls.
Cleveland, Tennessee.
You're gonna go
Come to
steal that
collect
$33 worth of shit.
Yeah, right.
this
Take those cage-free
is
eggs.
So-
my spam, old man.
Those are just some some positive stories that I found in like 20 minutes of kind of looking around.
In the little time I put together this show.
Right. Now, what are some other things definitely sewing a mask that I've been seeing? CVS has really been stepping it up around by me. They set up like testing sites, like where you get like testing results in minutes.
Oh,
I
you can
think they
get
were
that quick test now? in
Oh yeah,
Rhode
they were
Island?
testing like 1,800 people a day.
Damn, we ain't got that shit here yet.
Yeah.
No.
Well, when you got CVS in your backyard,
I
Don't they
mean,
have to shove?
yes,
Don't they have to shove that Q-tip like way up your nose and shit though?
Yeah,
I have no
I
idea.
hear.
I hear it's
Hopefully I
like
don't
way
have to-
Yeah,
far
that's
back
what I
inside.
hear.
Yeah, it's like way
seen it
far
on
back.
video. It looks
Yeah.
very, very uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
Like imagine trying to put a Q-tip up your butt.
It's gotta sit there for a minute too.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Does it really?
Yeah.
gotta absorb as much juices as it can.
Blech.
Gross.
Oh, I'd gag. I'd be puking.
But we talked about like local businesses, like the breweries with the, like the hand sanitizer, the restaurants having food for their employees and stuff. Have you guys seen any other kind of notable, kind of
There was-
positive things? People
Well, they
coming
made
together.
it legal for bars to deliver beer.
Really?
Here in Wisconsin now?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just do that?
In Milwaukee. Yeah, it was like a Milwaukee ordinance or some shit.
Oh, just a Milwaukee thing.
Yeah.
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 Well,
That's
there's
Wisconsin, man.
like
They're like,
hardly
fuck it.
any bars are open.
Yeah, I mean those places have to be losing their asses big time.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they are.
Well,
Like
and
I
a
said,
lot of them too it's a lot of the supply chains are locked up to where, like he's got the owner for Baldwin, like he's basically stuck in limbo and broke, but he also has he has people that owes the bar money, but they're stuck and locked up too. So it's like no money's coming in. He has no money to give out.
Hmm.
Shot.
Fuck you. Pay me.
Well, for here in Nashville, like it was kind of fucked up. We had a tornado hit here first.
Oh yeah.
Like
That's right.
I remember that, yeah.
like a couple weeks to a month before they shut the bars and shit down. We had a tornado hit, and a lot of the distributors were fucked up, so we couldn't get a lot of beer. And then also on top of the like the bar shutting down, it's really fucking up. The beer distributors are really getting fucked over. Cheers.
Wow. Yeah. So hopefully we don't have to fucking kill off our entire economy.
Oh, we're all gonna die.
It's gonna be interesting because I just have a bad feeling like we're just gonna really fuck up the economy because we're just gonna have to keep dumping and printing money to try to keep it sustained, because our whole goddamn financial system is based upon debt. It's the only way the economy grows is by people borrowing more money and then paying it back with interest. But did you guys be able to get into your speaking of good deeds, old Uncle Sam threw us some bones here recently.
Threw us some bones. I was able to get into my bank account. It was shut down because the demand was so great.
Yeah, ours was
today.
too this morning.
Other people were complaining about that, but I never had a problem.
Well, everything. I mean, everything's like I don't know. Ashley, I don't know if you've had this.
Yep.
Yeah, I think all y'all's got yours, right? My girl got hers.
Yeah.
Essentially makes up for the paycheck I didn't get.
I've been having problems. Ashtray, have you? I noticed something different. When you sign up for one, getting on the unemployment site has been a fucking pain in the ass. Here, I don't know if it's been the same way for you, Ashtray.
Wisconsin and also they had slow, but I was able to get through without having to fucking call anybody.
I mean, it was. At one point in time, it was. I told y'all this, that it was. I was like 3,500 in the queue, and then by the time it got to me, it shut. By the time I got to like 1,200 in the queue, they shut the website down at 1 a.m. until 5 a.m.
God, dude.
So it kicked me out of the queue anyway. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding? I've been sitting here refreshing my shit, like waiting my turn. And this is just weekly certified to answer these questions.
And think of a state like Tennessee. Like, do they want to? Is anyone there in the legislature going to vote to invest more money in the unemployment system? It's probably the same as it's been since the 80s, you know?
And I've noticed two questions have disappeared from the weekly certification. And those two questions were the first questions they ask you are were you available to work, and did you look for are you black, and did you look for a job? And those two questions are gone. They just other like, did you get work? Did you get any other compensation besides us this week? Pretty much is what they ask you. So
it's kind of like when you're in school and when we were kids, and you just break your teacher down to the point where they're just like, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna watch a movie
they start
today.
Throwing books at you.
Oh my god!
Go jack off in the corner. Go huff paint somewhere. Just fucking get out of my sight.
Just leave me alone till 3 o'clock.
All right, we're moving on to the What's Sexy portion of the show. This is where we tell you what's good in the world, what we're liking in the world. First up, we've got Teddy, quality family time.
I've actually enjoyed. I mean, yes, I have been kind of stir crazy being in the house, but I've actually enjoyed being here with my son and my girlfriend. But also I do have the added effect of being able to take my son around the corner to spend the night at my in-laws' house, spend the day over there.
Nice.
So I have enjoyed hanging out with him, and he's been. It's kind of cool. Like he'll in the morning. I don't get up early in the mornings anymore. Like my girlfriend will feed him, and then he'll be in. I'll wake up to like some little chubby kid watching cartoons in my bed, playing his Switch at the same time. So it's just kind of, and then we hang out during the day. It's kind of.
He's on track.
Yeah. Well, he started playing Minecraft tonight. So I was like, oh, look at him playing Minecraft now. Look, he's growing up, getting on the Xbox games.
Damn. He's gonna be whooping your ass pretty soon.
Well, he can already beat my ass at fucking at what's that, the Smash Brothers game. His Kirby's fucking deadly, man. I'm like, shit. It's but yeah, I've actually enjoyed spending time with my girlfriend and my son at the house. It's nice. Kind of. I know Mystic's like, fuck my family when to get out of here, but
is that because she's watching?
Is she watching?
I don't know.
All right, next up.
I might have been a dream.
we got me with AverMedia finally updated their fucking software. So
Who's
I'll
this?
stream video
AverMedia?
games on
Oh.
our Facebook page, the Red Eye Report Facebook page, and most of the time I'll use Open Broadcaster, and I've had this AverMedia capture card, which was a USB capture card. Works okay, but the quality wasn't quite what I expected it to be, especially like it just seemed like it was degrading it more. And like when Ashtray, you and I, when we were playing Shadow Warrior, I noticed I was getting much better quality when I would stream just directly from a display capture on my computer and not run it through the AverMedia. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this just doesn't seem right because it just needs to send the fucking signal to my computer. I don't need it to do anything with it. It just has to send it over. So I started looking into it, and when I first got the card, I tried using their software, and it was absolute dog shit. Like it would just fucking freeze up. You couldn't do anything.
Warm and
like
steaming pile.
you couldn't stream. Like I couldn't stream to Facebook. Like it would just fucking lock up. I'm like, okay, this is fucking bullshit. So I just happened to find like a link online, and hey, they've got updated software and they've got all this updated shit. So I got that, and it fucking works. Imagine that. Wow.
Nice.
You know. So, and it's a lot easier. It's made for streaming video games, whereas OBS is made for whatever application, you know, like what we're using right now with the show. It works really well in terms of kind of having these complex setups, but in terms of like a video game, the AverMedia actually software I'm finding is doing quite well, and the quality is better. It's doing a better job with the quality. So that's been nice to finally. I mean, I have spent so much time with settings and shit. Like that is my fucking hobby, is to fuck around with settings on stuff.
All right.
Oh yeah,
That's
like
Sometimes
that's
I
a
hate
fucked
it.
up
Like,
hobby to have, bro.
oh man, like
like,
Carolyn gives
just
me
let me
shit
know what the
about it.
good settings are so I can do it and get back to what I'm working on.
Well, that's it. But
Shit.
whenever you try to find advice online, there's always these fucking cunts out there.
Plethora.
They're just
Yeah.
like, well, it actually isn't made for that, or well, you send a screenshot of your fucking shit, and it's just it's really annoying. So it was good to find something that just fucking works. So that's nice. All right, next up we've got Mystic with Tiger King.
He's hooked. He's
So yeah,
hooked.
at first I was like reluctant, anti-Tiger King, because I'm a '90s kid and fuck you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just give me it, bro.
Right?
Yeah, shit. else.
And everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's so good!" I was like, "Fuck, I'll watch it."
Right. I don't want.
Dude,
I'm the last holdout.
I have never seen.
Such craziness.
I don't understand how these people are successful. They're fucking retarded.
Are they
Like,
still
they're-
successful, or are they? This is like they were successful during this.
Well, that one
the time.
dude is that fucking
The doctor guy.
Bagadon, yeah, whatever the fuck his name is, means like Lord or some shit, dude. He's got like a harem of women.
Dude, he's got some bitches
It
trained,
sounds like my
bro.
friend.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's got these bitches trained. Have you seen the episode where where they explain that shit?
Yeah,
Their
man.
Property.
Fucking weird, dude.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
god.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
all of a sudden, fucking something will happen. Like when that dude shoots himself, and then like
Yeah.
Joe gets attacked by the tiger, and like fuck, it's just like holy fuck, man. What else could possibly go wrong?
Is there a good tiger mauling on camera?
Oh, there's a couple, not on camera. There's a
Couple.
couple good.
Somebody
There's a
loses
couple
their
tiger-
arm.
Yeah, somebody loses their arm, and then he
Yeah.
goes back to work at the place where he lost their arm at.
Yeah.
Like, are you
This
fucking
is
kidding me?
how high up, or how high up on the arm?
It's like
To the elbow. To the elbow.
elbow.
Yeah, to the
Damn.
elbow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all you got now is a nub to fend off with this side.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing with that show. I mean, people like Joe Exotic and these other people that are running these things, they're deplorable kind of people.
Terrible motherfuckers.
But
Yeah.
the workers that are, the people that are actually caring for the animals, you really kind of, or at least I found myself feeling for those people because that was their livelihood, and they're kind of like, especially at Joe Exotic's place, they're fucking outcasts. Like these people,
Yeah.
They're probably
are,
on paid minimum wage.
oh yeah,
but they also
Oh,
but
they weren't
still
even
live
making
like
minimum wage.
right.
Yeah, but they still lived like shit. I mean, then they had
Yeah, they lived like
my
shit.
thing was like they where they were living at, and then they had to eat off the fucking meat truck, and then you
Yeah,
find
the
out
meat-
that
throw
the
away
ham, then
meat.
right, then you find out that the hamburgers and hot dogs and shit they were making at the fucking at the shack he had there was made from the fucking from the meat truck. I'm like, if I took my kids there and ate there, I would have been like, oh my god, we ate out of a fucking trash can from Walmart.
Oh wait,
Oh
so this
my
was
God.
like thrown away meat, like
Yeah,
expired
thrown away
meat.
meat.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he
it's a
would
thrown-
pay his.
That's some dice to
employees
roll with there.
Yeah, it's definitely. What did you say it was like? Mystic Trailer Park Boys and
And making a murderer.
making a murder.
yeah.
Yeah, it really.
It
is
really
like
is.
that.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
it
That's
really
the
is, yeah.
exact. It's the
Like,
exact thing
so ridiculous.
because he's paying him like $100 a week,
Right.
Yeah.
like 100 plus,
and-
room
but the-
and
but the one
board.
chick- right,
But
but the
what the
one
Oh,
chick
so
fuck,
you
she
have
wasn't
to live
paying.
there.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
one chick wasn't paying him anything. They were all volunteers. They had to do it for years
Oh,
before they could get to it.
Carol Bass.
Yeah,
Oh,
Carol
yeah,
Baskin,
Carol,
yeah. She wasn't paying him a goddamn thing, and they had to fucking and there are people that volunteered like years in a row just to be able to get in with the
Just to be
tigers and
there
shit.
with the pets.
And
They're
like holy
yeah,
shit.
their obsession with the animals is like
Right.
why they sacrifice.
Yeah.
To,
And these are all like there's a part where all these women are coming up to Carol and like you were the cat person, the cat rescue person of whatever, and like you can tell all these ladies have like 25 cats and no man at home.
Oh yeah, they're fucked up. Man.
yeah.
always like a bunch of cat ladies.
Like a bunch
They're
of cat
fucked
ladies
up.
with no man. And I'm
Dude,
like,
it's, these people are fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
So it's not just kind of like a couple characters. There's a
You should-
whole range
you
of
should
different.
Ashtray watch it. Trust me, it is worth it.
Okay.
Fucking do you
Yeah.
got like what 19
Are
hits of
they
acid left?
hour episodes?
Drop
It's
a
as
couple-
good. It's as good as
I
Evil.
mean, shit. I mean, like you would
Hour
like
long,
it, bro.
yeah.
Trust me. You would be
How many
like, what
episodes
the
is it?
fuck? It's like
8,
7 or
I
8.
think.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. It is good. Yeah. So Tiger King, check it out. Ashtray, mining cryptocurrency with biometric data. The fuck?
Da-da-da. Yes. So this, you may have seen this whole conspiracy that Bill Gates wants to, body chip us all and vaccinate us and sterilize us because of the coronavirus or whatever. Part of like one facet of the conspiracy theory, this whole like he wants to microchip us, is this fact that Microsoft filed a patent for this system of mining cryptocurrency using biometric data. And for those of you who've listened to our cryptocurrency episode and actually have at least an armchair understanding of how it works, because Oracle did it, you had to run basically a rig of graphics cards, right? How many did you have? 3, 2?
So I had 2 rigs. Each one had 3 high-end graphics cards.
Behind
Jesus
cards.
Christ.
Yeah. So the thing is, those graphic cards were basically crunching the math. They were solving math problems to prove that they did the work to then scratch away Bitcoins for you. Correct?
Mhm.
It's kind of like a basic summary.
Yeah.
So what Microsoft is proposing with this patent, anyways, is, and it may not actually ever come to fruition because the article does say that companies will file patents even if it's something. Basically, they have the idea. It might not be feasible, but we'll patent it. Instead of running graphics cards, which one of the problems is how much do you think you were jacking up the electric bill that year?
Quite a bit. I mean, these
Oh, your
things were
parents,
pushing
oh, yeah?
a lot.
Did they
of fucking
notice?
heat.
Were they like, hey?
Oh God, dude, it was such a crazy fucking operation. I mean, it was really just enabling me. So I'm the guy that's constantly messing with settings. This was like fucking crack cocaine for
Oh,
me.
because it's all
To
kinds
fuck
of
around with this
different
shit.
parameters. You
Oh
can...
yeah.
Oh, so is it like kind of changing like a power ratio thing?
Oh yeah.
With like how
there
fast
are
you want them to
so
work?
many fucking things you can fuck around with. It was
That's
ridiculous. And so it's that, and you throw in basically gambling because
Well,
you're
yeah,
taking
real
the
money.
coins. Right, you're taking the coins and you're playing the market, which isn't regulated at all.
Yeah.
So you can fucking buy and sell as much as you want. So you're basically gambling and doing this other shit. It was my mental
Yeah.
health was not very good at that stage of my life. Let's just put it that way.
So, well, so it's funny though. You speak of mental health. Goes to the root
Yeah, well,
of this.
that's back when you were fun.
Is
Yeah,
right. Fucking drive-by shooting deer and stuff. So what Microsoft is thinking of doing is having some sort of way of measuring biometrics for actual humans. The thing is, the humans have to they have to complete certain tasks, like look at ads or do stuff online. It kind of sounds like it's probably like you
Microsoft
fill out surveys or whatever kind of shit.
Microsoft already has that.
Well, the thing is, by measuring the biometric brain waves, it's kind of like it's a pure unique form of data, like a fingerprint. Everybody's alpha waves, or there's like 3 different brain waves I guess they can measure, but that can correlate with them doing the task, which proves that that's the work put in. And it basically bypasses having a computer chip have to solve these math problems. And that's, what's been the issue is the electricity and the power needed to chip away at the mining of a cryptocurrency. Where if we could replace that with like humans actually just sitting there,
So this is
you wouldn't
the
be using
Matrix.
any more data than just staring at the internet,
Right.
or electricity. But the actual provable work, what do they call it? Proof of work algorithm, like what normally the graphic card is chewing away at, would actually be done and verified by a measurement of your own organic biometrics. And that way it's not actually using any of that electricity for all those hours.
Wow. So
I
it
think
is
it's
like
pretty
the
fascinating.
Matrix.
That's not cool. You all have seen the Matrix, right?
Right.
The reason why they wanted to capture humanity is because we were batteries. I'm just saying. That's
The
all I'm
thing
saying.
Instead
that's the
of
thing is what
energy, though,
That's what
it's
people
money.
think. It's not. That's the thing is, it's not pulling brain waves or energy out of you. It'd be like, imagine putting like an EKG on you, and it's measuring your heartbeat. And if your
I
heart,
wear an EKG every day with that little smartwatch I wear. I mean, I get that. When you said something about biometrics, I thought it was gonna be like checking your heart rate every day and making sure your heart rate was below a certain number to be able to get the benefits of this thing, or a certain number of steps and shit.
It's
That's
not
what I thought you
invasive.
meant when you said that. But
It would be like, it sounds like it's going to be something like maybe one of those.
I mean, in order to read brainwaves, it's got to be something to go in the head, right? I mean, they can't get.
Yeah, it's like a helmet or something you wear, and you sit and look at stupid, boring ads or something like that.
What's the
Or
creation, Curtis?
cosmopolitan surveys, like whatever it is, like the biometrics from the brain makes it like a legitimate proof of work that can be applied to the algorithm to mine the cryptocurrency, thus skipping the electricity burden of graphics cards. That's I think
I get you.
Yeah.
What is the creation?
But now
Yeah.
I don't know how you would
what we live in.
would it be just something you sign up where it's like, all right, instead of playing video games, like I'm gonna sit for an hour and look at fucking bullshit ads just to chip away at my cryptocurrency?
You know where that's going to go, though? Like, there's already like a cottage industry of you guys ever see that shit where it's like, watch this survey or watch this video and then take a survey to earn 50 cents.
Oh yeah, or it's like you'll get a $200 gift card to
Right.
Walmart. You do
So
this.
there are people
sharing
out
that shit.
there that will buy hundreds of mobile devices from China and automate them, buy them and set them up and automate them to perform those tasks in order to earn.
I got you.
Little.
A little bit of
lots
money, but yeah,
a little bit of money.
But if
You're
you
not
get a
getting
lot of
rich off of that,
right? But you get a lot of things doing it. You don't have to really do anything, but make sure it's doing what it's doing. You make the money for free, pretty much. Yeah.
But I mean,
Shit, though, you got to set up each individual phone. That's a lot of phones.
I mean, it's a huge pain
Fuck,
in the
man,
ass.
I'd rather make lighters.
Exactly. You could find something a lot more efficient and fulfilling. But I guess what my point is, are we going to end up in a situation where that's how people are just like they are the fucking phones, the cheap mobile devices?
Yeah, like in a way, they kind of almost replace the artificial intelligence or the bots,
Right.
where it's like, well, all I got to do, and like you're saying, that could be something where like
Pretty
Russia,
sure there's a Black Mirror episode exactly like this.
Right.
where Russia has, like their whatever their organization of trolls, their internet trolls.
Oh yeah.
Like it could be like, well, all you got to do is you got to, the work that needs to be done is you got to internet troll for Russia.
Mhm.
And by internet trolling, the biometric receivers are set to detect, like, yep, he's trolling, and it's like, so that's their job, is they sit there and be a fucking troll, and at the same time, they're earning cryptocurrency for Russia.
Yeah, this is totally a Black Mirror episode. Or like if you can harvest it from people, like you take the accounts, like let's say somebody has like a unique identification number or whatever, and that's how you get access to those funds. You kidnap like a bunch of refugees or people that are not, accounted for, and you make them do these tasks in slave camps.
Like basically human trafficking, like but
Right.
instead of sex slaves, they've got
Dude,
to,
you are a
be
dark
Bitcoin
motherfucker because
slaves.
I never would have thought about some shit like that. That is
I
some
mean,
fucked up shit.
It is not
That
that
is some-
far of a leap of logic here.
It's very fucked up when you think about some shit like that.
I know
Yeah.
it's fucked
The
up.
logic,
but, I mean,
enslaving people who
Well,
Jesus Christ, that is not my first
essentially,
go-to.
it would be.
Jesus Christ.
Oracle is pointing out, though, it would be the equivalent of, so you had 2 rigs, each with 3 graphics cards, right?
yes.
It'd be like if you had 2 big kennels in your room
Right.
with 3 children from Mexico in each kennel, and they had to have their brain caps on, and they had to solve these tasks or like look at stupid advertisements so they could mine cryptocurrency for you.
Right.
That's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah, that's some dark ass shit.
So yeah, I guess my What's Sexy could go down the rabbit hole, but I
Well,
think
you
it's
know-
novel to solve the electricity problem.
Okay,
That's what
yes,
I think
and-
is sexy.
And I haven't, I don't know what the numbers are exactly, but I know that the power usage for cryptocurrency as a result of mining cryptocurrency is just massive around the
the
world.
roof.
Yeah, it's
Well, yeah, and
because
doesn't
these
it take
computers
more
are not
like the
efficient.
longer, the further you go in mining, the more computations needed,
So
isn't it?
the thing is, the way that it works is the more people that are mining it at one time, the more difficult it is in order to
Oh, I
get
see.
and the more valuable it is, the harder it is to get it.
Yeah.
So as the
Oh, so when
demand goes
its
up,
value, if its
Right.
value drops, does the actual algorithm then become easier to mine?
I think it's
Is it
linked
tied that
directly
way?
to how many people are doing it.
Just
So
something to do
it's
with
very
shipping.
much, linked to the value, and then that's the motivation
Yeah.
for people to get the currency.
Well, and I guess it'd be like similar to, say, pumping oil. When everyone's
Right.
pumping oil, like right now, they're
Mhm.
basically racing to the bottom,
Right.
creating too much supply.
All right,
Curtis,
let's
blows
move
your
on.
lighters.
Yeah, look at
He
the
blows your lighters.
comments, Ashtray.
What's that?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm not
Curtis
watching.
loves your lighters.
Oh,
right.
shit. That's my cuz.
Next
What's up,
up,
Kurt?
we've got fuck what you think.
Shot.
Oh, is it Mystic already went.
Ooh,
Never mind. Sorry.
Shot time.
Oh, is it shot time? Oh, shit.
Shot. Mystic. As we've been rambling on for the past
Yeah.
20 minutes about
Yeah.
conspiracy theories,
We have-
Mystic says, "Fuck you, conspiracy theorists."
Yeah.
Yep.
Just
Right.
dumb ones.
Cheers.
Yep. Cheers.
Here, I'll join in.
Tomorrow's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink my water.
My Nalgene bottle of water.
Someday I hope to regress to tidy, healthy men like
Anyway.
yourselves.
I love fucking with people who think they're conspiracy theorists and they're so enlightened, but yet can't tell you how they're enlightened or what the conspiracy theory is.
That's only because we have experience with it.
So, anyway, Ashtray got me fucking with a couple of them yesterday, and it was fun.
Yeah,
So I
because
just want to tell them they're dumb.
I wanted.
If you guys are watching or listening, you're fucking idiots.
Oh, well, you were my. Like, we had talked about doing, like, it'd be a lot of extra effort setup wise, but like to do almost like a video cast of us just like trolling people because we've done it before, and it's fun to where you use that like Socratic method of just picking away at them to
How
be
many
like,
times y'all been banned from Facebook?
how many times?
Yeah, Mystic, how many times have you been banned?
I've never been
I'm
banned
on
from
my
Facebook.
sixth.
You're on your sixth.
Does it get longer and
Just
longer
had
each
my
time they
fifth.
ban you?
I think it's like points on your license. You get time back because the last ban was only for 3 days.
Okay, I wonder if it's based on severity too, because
Maybe.
I've only been banned. I think I've been banned twice, 2 or 3 times now. But for me, it's always for my titty lighters. Like I didn't scrub out enough of the raunchiness, and it gets flagged by someone.
Too much areola, bro. It's always
Yeah,
too
I
much
know.
areola.
And now I've gotten to where I'll just scrub an entire lighter out, and I just put like a little text sticker on it that says like nasty.
I wonder if there's
Leave
like
it
a
up to-
file, like an actual file somewhere
Oh, I'm sure.
on
Like this page, I'm sure every page, like our Red Eye report, we probably have a file.
we probably have like a
We share a lot of them.
You've been watching.
Our
you've been
shit is
watching
kept in
Westworld.
an old fucking filing cabinet in the basement of like fucking NORAD or some shit. They're like, this shit's too ridiculous for us even to fucking deal with. Throw it in the back.
There's actually like some sort of Fox Mulder character.
Yeah, sitting there in the dark, chewing on sunflower seeds, listening to hours and hours of the Red Eye report.
Oh, that's pretty great.
So anyway, this particular dude was a manager at a local restaurant and food establishment. You could tell by his clothing. But he was just, I don't know, being dumb. So I told him he was fucking retarded.
What was he being dumb about?
So he was basically was pushing the idea that this that article I shared, that there's this like narrative right now that Bill Gates created the coronavirus in China. So it could be released to then force us all into quarantine, and then he would get the profit from making a vaccine. And then in the process of vaccinating everyone, he can then sterilize the population because of population growth. Even though it's like China had to take away their one-child policy because like,
and we just don't know, dude.
People.
We need to check the right sites.
Yes.
And look it up because we don't know.
That's their argument. It's like you just haven't. You got to look. You got to look deep.
You're not ready for it. That was what he kept saying. You're just not ready.
And I'm like, what am I not ready for?
Yeah,
like,
tell me what I'm not ready
to
for.
see it. I'm like,
but you're
I was
not ready.
Like, bullshit. I took acid today. Like, I'm ready for the red pill. That's why I said no joke. Like, I took acid earlier today, and like, I am not. And the thing is, I'm like, listen, because at one point he's like, I'm done with this conversation. You just don't seem to realize, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, you can't say you're not done. You can't tell me that. And it was like, you'll see. I'm like, you can't tell me you'll see if you can't tell me what I will see. It's like, this isn't some movie plot.
Like, lay it on me, dude.
Beware the Ides of March.
Wait, is that an idle threat? You'll see. What do you mean I'll see? What are you going to come
And then it's like, yeah. I'm like, come back and tell us. Like, what is it? And they're like, I don't have time. I got some chick from
it's the same
Platteville
concept.
did the same thing. I don't got time to share links with you. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's the same thing as when these fucking idiot Republicans are like, oh, and they make some outrageous claim, and then you're like, well, can you prove that? Or why don't you go look it up? Because the burden of proof lies with you.
Yeah, you brought this argument.
In any court in the world, the burden of proof lies with the fucking person making the claim.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not with the fucking defender.
Yeah, not with the person
you tell
listening.
me, you know what I mean? You just give me the source, dude. It's not that hard. I get that you just heard it from some dude who heard it from fucking Patriot Radio or something like that.
Yeah.
Tell me that.
Well,
Don't
and
be a
also,
pussy
like,
about it.
I get it. Like, the idea of reading brainwaves by Microsoft, it's like people be like, yep, that sounds like some futuristic shit right there where they're going to implant chips in us. And blah, blah. Like the one that Brent guy was sharing, that news story from 2017.
We gotta reel this in. He's gonna get off the rails here, fellas. We gotta reel this in.
Anyways,
he's gonna get. He's
It's like,
he's
I
going
was
back
like,
to the
this
story about
story's-
in 2017. We
2017,
gotta
it
reel
was
this in here,
them
fellas. Come on,
putting
we
a
gotta-
paid
we
chip
gotta
in their
reel this
hand.
in. Come on.
Anyways, yeah,
Reel
you
it
get
in.
me riled.
Come on,
Get me
all right.
riled.
All right,
Bring her
cool,
back.
cool.
Okay,
Who's
okay. All right,
No,
all right.
yeah.
So,
Right?
By the way,
we're-
Teddy's a conspiracy theorist, so
Yeah.
I am a conspiracy theorist. I think 9/11 was an inside job. That is it. That's all. That is it. That's the only thing I'm conspiracy about.
Well, Teddy, let's skip Ashtray for a little bit. Let's let him cool down a little bit
Gotta
here.
go down. Gotta reel it in. Reel it in.
Teddy, Trump's name on checks.
Okay, look, I don't generally bitch about political things on here, but like the fact that this motherfucker wants his name on check, it has never been done before, and the reason is because these checks are being cashed by the Secretary of Treasury. They're being drawn against the account of the Secretary of the Treasury. So usually somebody called a chief disbursement officer is whose name would be on the check. And the fact that he wants his name on the check just it is fucking insane. I'm like, we get
he's
you
an
the
insane
president at the time that we're getting this
it's
stimulus.
a
We get
dictator
that.
playbook, man. That's a
I
fucking
mean, it
page
is
4.
it is fucking it's fucking insane. And a lot of people who don't have the ability, like I'm getting mine through a check because I don't really don't. I don't want the IRS to just put some shit in my fucking bank account. I just don't want that to happen. So So I'm getting a check, but I am fine until I get my check, which is gonna be like 5 months from now, which I understand, which is fine. But the fact that he's doing this is cause there are some people who are waiting for that check to get there in a month or two. And because he's doing
he's
this,
probably delaying
because,
it even more.
right? Because he's doing this, he is delaying it. They have
5
to.
months? Wait, it's gonna take 5 months to have a mail it?
Well, no, not.
I
I was.
thought
I'm
it was like
being hyper.
I think it was 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh.
or
It
something.
was hyperbole. Not being. Yeah, I was exaggerating. Not really 5 months to get it, but
right, but he
I-
is
they're-
delaying it
right,
in a
but he
situation
is delaying it,
when
right.
people need
People-
the money.
people
fucking
really-
Yeah,
now.
the whole
money,
point is
right.
to get it now.
is
Right.
to get
Yeah.
now, right? And the fact
Right.
that we get that you're the president while we're getting this thing. I mean, you can use that in your little like rally press conferences now, but you don't. It's not really. It's just I don't get why somebody can be that fucking retarded. Jesus Christ.
He's just a
There are
fucking,
a lot of
he's
people
just
that
a
are retarded.
narcissist, dude.
I do
Yeah, he's a
and
straight
say
up
a lot of
narcissist.
stupid shit. But I acknowledge that it's stupid shit. I mean,
That's half the battle.
Hey,
G.I. Joe.
Teddy,
I mean,
Teddy,
Jesus.
you know Cone Assassin, right? Obviously.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Cone Assassin, that's Trump's person. He's a narcissist, dude. He's never been told no.
Right. Him and his buddies that I hopped in a party with him like a few nights ago, and all they were talking about was all this Trump shit. I'm like, I'm gonna back up out of here because I got an Xbox to hang out, not to
Like
talk about Trump.
that's the thing.
So, I
Like
mean,
Trump
I'm
has
gonna back
never
up.
been
But they're
told
all
no.
right. But they're
And
all
he can't. He's
all-
always been able to buy his way out of do anything that he wants. So he thinks he can just get away with anything.
Mhm.
It is. Yeah. It's.
He's pretty much proven him fucking himself right too, because we ain't doing shit about it.
I'm gonna press now. Shot.
All right,
Shot,
yep,
shot,
take
shot,
another
shot. Shot.
Okay,
shot,
so
shot. I gotta go in and run a panel saw tomorrow. It's gonna be
For
awesome.
real, dude. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
be nice and hungover. Cut your fucking thumb off.
You
I
gotta
think I
run.
might have the last of it here.
Uh-oh,
Jesus.
uh-oh. Here we go, baby.
Oh my god.
It's gonna fit.
Just a dribble, right?
Just
Gonna
a dribble.
fit,
Yeah.
And then you try to
over
relax
your
the
sex
prostate so you get all of it out.
What the fuck,
right.
bro?
That's
What was
what you
that?
gotta do it down at the truck stop, huh?
Yep. All right.
Uh,
Cheers, Teddy.
Relax the prostate.
That's what the poppers are
Cheers.
for, dude. Relaxes the prostate. Let you get more up there.
All right, next up, we've got me
I'm
with
gonna regret this.
lunch. So when I eat lunch, a lot of the time I'll eat it in like 2 o'clock or whatever, I'm just fucking like, oh fuck. Especially now that I don't have students that I'm teaching, it just really fucking drags. So
Yeah.
for the past couple days, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to eat lunch. And I've been a lot better off without it. Fuck lunch.
Skipping lunch?
Yeah, I don't need lunch. Fuck off.
Oh yeah,
lunch.
man. Intermittent fasting.
Yeah, and it
Essentially, what you're
actually
doing is just-
feels kind of good to be hungry,
Mhm.
and you know,
Oh yeah, because your body's eating itself. That's what hunger is.
That is
when
not.
your
That's a
body has-
misconception.
It does not
Fasting
make
has
sense. When
been
your body-
around longer than you even knew.
Fasting, right? Right. Fasting has been around, but the body has to sustain itself on something, and it sustains itself on itself. All right, good. Look, so we can
Well,
argue about
you
this
know
all you want.
what?
Just
With
let him
this
go. It's fine. It's
coronavirus,
fine.
I got
It
a
doesn't
lot
matter.
of
We're
myself
gonna-
to sustain on.
We're gonna yeah
Yeah.
that and acid.
Ashtray, that
there's
is literally just basic physics. It needs an energy source to run, so it's going to burn something. So
Yeah.
yes.
and you know what? Like Ashtray
What's
said,
wrong
I've
with
got
burning the gap of lunch?
Okay,
it's
go
fine.
ahead.
I'm not going for fucking weeks without
Right,
eating
right.
here,
Yeah,
people.
no, that's what I said.
just-
Intermittent fasting is fine. but-
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, I'm not able to go to the gym. Normally, I would go to the gym after work during the week. Can't fucking do that. So
Really hard to motivate yourself in your own house too. To like,
Get a Slim
Yeah, I
Fast.
got.
Yeah.
Get a
yeah,
Slim Fast shake, man. Get a shake.
fuck it. I don't need a lunch.
No
lunch.
The workout bench in the bedroom is getting a little
Yeah.
dusty, so I was thinking about breaking that out.
Okay,
But
next up.
if you only eat like one meal a day, that is bad for you
It is very
Well,
bad for
I
you.
eat breakfast and I eat, of
Yeah.
course, dinner.
because your body after a while goes into starvation mode.
oh, that's a while.
Starts. Yeah, that's what I said. You can't just do that. Intermittent is fine.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we've got.
You said Macy though. And Macy.
Where did Ashtray go? 3D
He's back.
printer mutant ninja problems finally solved.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Oh, this is actually my
Mutant Ninja
cousin Kurt,
Turtles.
who's watching, has done a lot of 3D printing shit. Probably even more than me as far as designing. Anyways, so my 3D printer was like
Okay.
fucking up. I'm like, I'm on coronavirus, coronacation. I'm gonna I can run my 3D printer and catch up. And so it was printing my files for my clips, and they looked almost like slightly mutated. Let's see if I can get that there. So that's what it was turning out like. See
It
those
just
little
looks like a
weird gaps?
blurry
Yeah, we got it.
fucking-
We got it, dude. We got it.
You can
I'll
see it
use
now.
my
You can take it down.
imagination.
Closer you
Here's
get,
what it
the
should
more
look
fucked up
like.
it looks. Right there. No, back
It
up.
looks-
Back up.
Back
Back
up
up.
a
Okay,
little bit.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it should look like.
Awesome,
Yeah.
cool. They look exactly the same to me. I don't know. I'm looking
Yeah, I
at.
know. I know. Oh yeah. Okay, that one does look fun.
Okay,
See, it's got like weird little fucking it's kind of a little
That looks like
wobbly,
a 10-year-old trying to draw something.
like
on
it
game.
lost a chromosome.
Hey, look, Mom, I crashed.
10-year-old
Yeah.
tried to
Oh
draw
my
pussy.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, I could not figure out. I'm updating my, I'm updating my software.
oh,
I'm like looking, and I realized one of my end stop triggers for the servos, like the little flapper, got busted off. So I'm like, that must be it. It's like throwing it off. I MacGyver a little replacement for that, install it, it's working. It's like still doing it. Like, what the fuck? Finally, I just by tinkering around for 3 or 4 days, look under, I get the right angle. We're up into the corner where one of the, sprockets for the rubber belts that run the motors, the housing for the bearing cracked. And so the bearing slipped out a little bit. And as that belt's going around, it was slipping silently. Didn't hear it. Couldn't see
Yeah,
it.
didn't hear it. Gotcha.
Fucking that. There she was. I spent all that time working
So
on problems
super
that weren't the
glue-
problem.
so did you super glue the crack?
Yeah.
Well, right now I put a little vice clamp on it just to see if that was it, and yeah, that's why
A
I'm like,
vice
yep.
clamp? How big
Yeah,
is this
like-
printer?
How big's the printer? Well,
I mean,
it's a
yeah,
good
when I
printer.
think of a
It's like
vice
the size
clamp,
of
I
an
think it's something-
aquarium, kind of.
I think it's something like when I think of a vice clip, I think it's something like a car. I mean, you could have just super glued the crack, right?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
like
I'm gonna JB weld it. It was
Oh, okay.
just like yesterday. I finally like figured out what the fuck it was because I finally got at the right angle to look up under the frame and actually see where the problem was this whole time. And I was like installing firmware and all this
So
shit.
you spent a lot of time working on problems that weren't actually the problem.
Yep.
Got it.
What the
Boom.
fuck would you think?
You've obviously never worked on any
A
car.
A car.
Oh yeah, and it is like working on a
Because
car.
that's what that is.
That's
During
what
the
it is, yeah,
winter.
bro.
Oh, let's start
Yeah.
with this.
Right.
Let's go to this. Get this fixed.
Yeah. That's why I
Yep.
bought a new car. Fuck that shit.
But, yeah, I don't want to buy a new 3D printer. Let's just say that then.
After it purged
Want the
oil,
motherfucking bitches.
like after it purged oil, and you didn't know where it came from. You still drove around it. I would buy a
A
new
lot
car
more
too.
people with experience with
Right.
cars than 3D printers,
Jesus
motherfuckers.
Christ.
All right. That's it. That's all for us tonight. In all seriousness, go fuck yourself. COVID-19. Fucking piece of
Yeah,
shit.
right.
Hey.
Butthole.
That's our
Fucking-
show.
Cocksucker.
I was
We're gonna be
understanding
here.
that it had to be a place.
How much of an asshole?
Not a-
there.
I didn't know we could. I didn't know we could do nouns. Okay,
We-
that's all.
hey
I'm saying.
man,
That's all I'm saying. I didn't know we could do nouns.
COVID-19 rates,
You
man.
just opened up a whole new ball game for this fucking fuck you before we get the show. That's all I'm saying. It's a whole new ball game now.
Yeah, you're right.
I can't wait.
We don't
Okay,
need to
so we're
pick
going to be here every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/redeyereport. Fuck Twitter. We don't do Twitter. Teddy lost the password. Like us,
Because of
share
my
us, or
house.
I
fuck
have the
us.
password. I just don't check it. I
We're
don't care
down
about
for
Twitter. I'm sorry.
whatever. I'm Oracle.
I missed it.
Zay trick.
I can be last. Fuck it. I'm Teddy. I got the last word. Fuck y'all,
You usually
motherfuckers.
are last.
And this is the Red Eye
You're the
Report.
classic closer unless you're the one hosting. That's when it's a real battle.
Classic closer.
Classic. I'll take that, Teddy. And this is